Oh, we're testing.
Test.
You gotta be loud.
Tester.
You're testing.
You're testing me.
You're testing. Oh. Welcome back to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
We went record shopping. So we have a plan to hit every record store in Austin, let you know what we thought, let you know what we picked up, kind of go from there. So with that being said, where do we hit up first?
Love Wheel Records.
We hit up Love Wheel Records. Before we even did that, because we're early risers and we got to get our coffee in, we went to another one of our favorite coffee spots in Austin, Texas, Houndstooth Coffee in the Domain. If anybody's familiar with it, check it out. Wonderful, wonderful coffee, wonderful staff, all around great people. And they have tacos from Taco Deli.
My favorite.
So you can't be too mad at that. No. So anyways, we hit up Love Wheel Records, probably one of the most unassuming locations I've ever seen.
For sure.
It's just like kind of in this weird strip mall off like a main road. It's pretty cool.
I wasn't really familiar with the area, so.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been out there. Obviously, we both have never been there.
Yeah, both of our first times. So with that being said, let's talk about who greeted us the second we walked into Love Wheel Records.
Joe.
Joe. Joe is a three-legged dog. Joe is the sweetest dog. We have Joe shirts, and we have a Joe coaster here. Love ourselves a Joe coaster. So if for nothing else, go to Love Wheel Records to, look at that autofocus, to visit Joe.
Yeah, just to see Joe, I would go.
So when you first walk in, immediately I was this is the kind of record store I would own.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's small, it's very inviting. I don't know if it was the owner behind the counter or it was just, an associate behind the counter. Very welcoming.
Yeah,
Nice
definitely Joe was very welcoming.
Oh, well, yeah. Again, Joe's the best.
Joe.
We will never forget Joe. So you walk in, the whole store is right in front of you.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, where do I go first? You start at point A, you end at point whatever.
Yeah, pretty small, but cozy. I liked it.
Yeah, I really did like it. So they're new and used. Seems like they have more used than new, but it's separated perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's no confusion. And a lot of record stores kind of just throw everything together, like, oh, the A's go here, new and used, and stuff like that. And that can get like annoying, I think. Their new section is mostly on the right-hand side along the first wall, and you kind of walk into this book section too. It seems to be like mostly music-related books, but again, there's these two chairs. It looks like they're inviting you to sit down and read, so it definitely looks like a place that wants you there, doesn't want you just like in and out.
Right. They have rugs.
There's the first record store we've been to with rugs.
I mentioned earlier, like before, that felt like a record store would be good with rugs in it.
Maybe some rugs.
Maybe like rugs that don't
The
necessarily...
good ones, you know, the little ones, they have rugs. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's cozy. It was nice. I was like, look, rugs.
A lot of firsts with Love Wheel Records. So we walked in, I immediately went through the new section. Their used section is a little bit overwhelming. It looks like they just have a mishmash of everything.
Yeah. Like they did try to like section it out, you know, but it was kind of, there wasn't a lot of space. So I think they did well with what they had.
Yeah,
you know.
their used section was super daunting. But I thumbed through it, found some cool stuff. I will say towards the back of the store, it looks like they have almost like a tiny stage. I don't know if that's purposeful. Obviously, in these times, they're not having huge gatherings. But that's awesome if they do that.
Yeah, they had a good like tape deck selection back there too.
Yeah.
Like on the wall and on that little elevated part.
Some used cassettes mostly. I will say they're lacking in like the equipment department.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they're trying, but they
Right.
don't have that much like used equipment or anything like that. Seems like they have a few rarities kind of behind the counter, which I really,
On the
really
wall.
liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely seems like one of those spots you could go and hang out for hours and they'd be more than willing to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It gives you that what you assume a record store is like. If you've never been to a record store and your only impression is like through movies or something like that, sans the, you know-it-all snobs, this is what a record store feels like.
For sure, yeah.
I wish they had a better location with more foot traffic. Because again, it is this sort of like strip mall thing, but it's not I shouldn't say easily accessible, but it's not in the most accessible place.
Yeah.
I'm unsure how long they've been around, but I hope they stay around for quite some time.
Sure.
What were your first impressions walking in?
The dog, obviously. Best thing ever.
Joe's the best.
Yeah, obviously. I don't know. It was cozy and personable, I feel, in there. I liked it. People were really nice.
0% intimidation factor.
Oh, yeah, not at all. No.
For people like me and you, we've been going to record stores forever. Every one I've ever stepped in has at least a small intimidation factor,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I didn't feel that. We were greeted with a wonderful hello, like right when they opened. Again, early risers, sorry.
Yeah, sat in the parking lot for a sec before we can go in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel that. And there's some record stores I've been to that could take a page from their book for sure.
And if the employee that was there helping us is the owner, then it's woman-owned.
Yes.
So that'd be kind of
That
cool.
is an assumption, and I hope it's true.
Yeah,
But
that'd be cool.
cool. So with that being said, 10 out of 10 for Love Wheel Records. I'll definitely go back. Was a wonderful experience. Why don't you start off with your picks, and then we'll
Okay.
move to mine.
Okay, so we were listening to this album on the way there, and I said, I hope I find this record there and I'm gonna get it, not even knowing how small the store was.
Yeah.
So we get there, and of course this is on the wall. It's the new Big Thief album. Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's really good though. Yeah, we were jamming to it on the way there, so I obviously had to get it. It's very good.
Full disclosure, I had never heard a note from this group, band,
Oh.
what have you, prior.
They have obviously I like their other stuff too. I don't have it on vinyl, but this is my first of theirs on vinyl. And it's apparently all of the records are very randomly colored.
Yeah,
you
this
know?
one's like a brown and rainbow, and
Yeah, it's really pretty. So I hear they're all different.
That's
so
cool.
That's kind of cool.
that is cool.
Yeah. So there's that. Big Thief. And then I got a limited pressing 7-inch with etching of Soccer Mommy's Lucy, which I thought was kind of cool. I was looking through all the other 7 inches and literally hadn't heard of any of them that I was like flicking through. And then I came across this when I got to the S's and was like, oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Good price, and I'm gonna get it. So that's how I ended up with that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I wasn't finding too much in the used section, so I moved to the new section. And I think with a new record store, I actually take the mentality of I definitely want to spend money here because it's independently owned, and I want to support them in any way I can. So I took this as an opportunity to buy records that I think I should own that for some reason I've always just passed up. Now, I'm not necessarily the biggest Beach Boys fan, but I mean, one of the best albums ever made. So for sure I picked this up. Nothing special about the pressing. By the way, it's Pet Sounds, if you've never heard of it.
You can't read.
Yeah, I can't. But yeah, nothing special about this pressing. It is a stereo pressing. You can argue with me all day, well, it's meant to be heard in mono, blah, blah, blah. I picked up the stereo pressing. Haven't spun it yet, but I am quite excited to.
Classic.
And again, I didn't trade anything in, so I wanted to be careful about the money I spent. But I did get one more. We talked about greatest hits in one of our last videos. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, greatest hits. Again, just full of bangers.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of Tom Petty stuff. By the way, pick this up. They had a bunch of Tom Petty stuff, and it was one of those, which one do I pick?
Right.
And I was thumbing through because I do love Tom Petty. And then I found that, and I'm like, there we go.
bangers.
There we go. But yeah, overall, a great experience. Joe, we love you so much. We will be back.
Sweet, sweet Joe.
Sweet Joe. What's his nickname now? Sweet Joe. Yeah, I can't recommend Love Wheel enough. If not for the name choice alone. I mean, who doesn't love Daniel Johnston? It is. I thought you were rolling your eyes.
No,
like, yeah,
I was
okay.
like,
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Kind of a short one. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Plenty of more of these coming out. At least 16 episodes of this is coming out in the future, so you got to deal with us. But for Vinyl Reckoning, my name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
Y'all be easy. Have a good one.